Welcome back to Quarterlight. This is part 4 of the Land Rover Defender story. We've got a nice brochure to look at today from 2005, which really shows some of the new colours really nicely. So make sure you've got a nice cup of tea and we'll have a look at that brochure now. So here it is, the Land Rover Defender brochure from 2005. A nice front cover shot of a Defender in the new colour Zambezi Silver, which became a very popular colour choice at the time, as did silver in general. So we'll have a look inside and see this new brochure. Okay, so this is the first page. A better look at that Land Rover 90 in Zambezi Silver. It looks like the county model with some nice alloy wheels, and this is in fact the contents page, so we'll have a look in there a little bit further. Okay, so this folds out to a map, if you will, and it says the Land Rover is the world's leading four-wheel drive specialist, and Defender is its toughest, most versatile vehicle, designed with brilliant simplicity for unrivaled strength and legendary ability. Defender is trusted by those who demand most. It is a product of controlled evolution, the unbeatable combination of Land Rover expertise, proven engineering and dependable technology. Defender is instantly recognised and respected the world over as the definitive 4x4 and has been selected by viewers of BBC's Top Gear as the greatest car of all time. In the words of survival expert Ray Mears, there's something reassuring about the shape of the Defender. You see one coming and think everything's going to be all right. So a really nice bit of text there, really showing how this Defender has moved on from being another agriculture vehicle to being something now described as the greatest car of all time. So let's look further into the brochure and see what else we can find. Another really nice fold out picture of a Land Rover, again the Zambezi Silver 90, running off into somewhere very remote by the looks of it, but a lovely picture. Again on the next scene, another scene that we're very familiar from looking at these Defender brochures now, the emergency services, this time an ambulance in the form of a 110 going over what looks like a very watery and off-road scene, hopefully to rescue someone and hope everyone's okay. But again, another lovely scene really depicting the emergency services and the use that they have with the Defender. Now we're looking at much more arty pictures now in this brochure. It really has moved a long way from an early 110 brochure. Another lovely picture of a Land Rover Defender 110 going up a 45-degree slope, showing its impressive ability. This looks like Cairns Blue, this particular one. Anyway, let's have a look at the next page. Here on this page we've got a Land Rover 90 in Chawton White, obviously one of the colours that's lasted probably one of the longest. It's showing a very cold climate. It's really specifying now that there's an optional cold climate pack, which is standard on the Defender XS, and that's got heated seats and electrically heated front windscreen. So really moved on from the very basic absolutely nothing on a Defender. Amazingly now you can actually have heated front seats on your Defender. Absolute luxury. Here we now have the lifeguard on duty here. I won't read all that text, but again, it's showing these Defenders in their working environment, really showing what a tough vehicle it really is. A great picture of a fire department Land Rover Defender, really showing again how tough the vehicle is, although I certainly wouldn't recommend putting it through that treatment. This time a Defender going through it looks like a small river or swamp, if you will. It's talking now about adventurers and explorers, how they would always choose the Defender. This here is another Defender in a rescue service environment in deep snow, and you can see it's gone from being a single page of all the rescue vehicles to really nice pictures of the Land Rover in those environments, which they certainly were used for that. And here now it's showing the Defender how you will probably use it, showing the nice seats and how it's come to be in a more comfortable place for those people who probably aren't quite as adventurous. A page showing the seats, so you've got 3 choices of seats now: the twill vinyl, the techno cloth, and now we've actually got a parts leather seat. Very luxurious from what we think of a Land Rover. The colour choices we've got: the solid, the Belize green is still around, the Chorlton white is still around, and the Rutland red is still around. They're the kind of like the non-metallic colours. The metallic colours we've got now is Alveston red, Bonatti grey, Cairns blue, Java black, Tonga green, and that Zambezi silver, which became so popular at the time. And then at the other side it is showing what we've seen before, the different models, the 90, the 110 and the 130, showing the different seating positions. Nothing really new there. On this page I've tried to zoom in the best I could on this page because it's really nice, and probably the nicest brochure so far for the Defender that's really shown them colours off really nice. At the top there we've got a Defender 90 station wagon in Zambezi silver, that very popular colour, and it also shows a Defender 90 hardtop in that Zambezi silver as well. Next to it we can see a Defender 90 pickup in Bonatti grey, the Defender 110 station wagon in Cairns blue, which is a very nice colour. This is also the Cairns blue on this big picture as well. Next to it we've got a Defender 110 hardtop in Tonga grey, Defender 110 pickup in Alveston red, a Defender 130 high capacity double cab pickup in Chorlton white, the Defender 110 double cab in Belize green, and finally the Defender 110 high capacity pickup in Java black. A really nice colour chart, a world away from that African edition colour chart, which really had no names and just very basic colours, and it was also very difficult to see the colours in the brochure. On here you can really imagine the vehicle in that colour, so I think that's really nicely done by Land Rover. Here we have the standard chart showing body style applications, how they could be used for towing, carrying, etc., and how many people can fit in each one. This is the engine and transmission. If you notice, we're still on the Land Rover TD5 2.5 litre diesel at this stage. The engine hasn't changed over quite just yet, so no change there. We're still on this proven engine. This then is our tyre choices. We've got this sort of a standard steel wheel. Under it we've got more of the heavy duty wheel, and then what we call the freestyle alloy, which has changed slightly over the years, but very similar in application. This really then is showing what the capabilities of the Defender is again in that Zambezi silver on the 90, the approach and departure angles, maximum gradients, maximum traverse angle, maximum turning radius, the wading depth, and the obstacle clearance. Now obviously the nice thing about Land Rovers, you can improve these. For example, the wading depth. You could actually put a snorkel on there and go actually much deeper than that. So they were a very versatile vehicle that were also customizable as much as you could possibly imagine, making it a very formidable off-road machine. A little bit more information here about the dimensions of the machine, and also another look at those colours which they were really promoting. This final page is kind of an accessory page, if you will. Instead of that separate book from the other models, now we're kind of like showing all the accessories on the back page in one vehicle. So we've got roof racks, we've got this raised air intake to increase the wading depth, we've got different wheels, we've got rear and front lamp guards, towing electrics, adjustable multi-height tow bar, side steps, front mud flaps, different interior options, driving lights, and so on and so forth, making and showing how customizable the Defender really was at this time. They really catered for all them accessories, which in a way they had to, because there was so many independents coming out with these accessories, particularly a lot of ARB and some Australian companies really covering all these already, so Land Rover really had to keep up with those to cash in on that extra demand. So there we have it, that is the Land Rover Defender 2005 brochure, a really in-depth look at the Defender, showing how far it's come and how popular it was at the time, and also how absolutely beautiful it could look in those different colour choices now. So there we have it, that is the end of this particular episode, showing the Land Rover Defender brochure from 2005, and what a huge brochure that one is. In the final episode we'll be looking at Land Rover brochure from 2007. Yes, the TD5 has now ended. Now rules a different engine. We'll have a look at that in the next episode. For now, please do subscribe. We'll see you soon. It was really enjoyable to do this brochure again. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Take care.